Hello, and how are you doing? Welcome to another one of my Saints Row the Third videos. Please be kind. My name is Ahmed, and
I'm relocating all my
I'm here
contacts
to
to a
drive
secure
you through
location.
my
That's
cab
very nice
so
of
that you
you.
can see
Well,
how
you
fun
are, I mean.
Saints Row is.
Say again?
Okay,
If
enough
you're
of
my
that
people, then
stupidity.
drop them off where I tell you. Alive, please.
All right, this is
Picky,
Snatch,
picky.
which I'm doing for Kenzie apparently, and again, this is part two. I did Snatch. By the way, I have to stop right here. Am I the only one in Saints Row Land who gets the pun, the snatch pun? If not, really think about it. Alright, so this is, again, I'm doing easy, medium, and hard. And this obviously starts in Salanda, or Salamander, if you mispronounce it, like I do sometimes. And again, this is the easy instance. It's not going to be too terribly difficult. You only have 3 contacts. And this is a slight divergence of the normal Snatch theme from Saints Row 1 and 2 and from the other one that I did near the airport. And by the way, it's important to kill the gang members if you can. I like to get out of the car and do it so that they don't shoot the car up, and plus shooting is more accurate. Anyway, this is kind of a variation on the Snatch theme, which I guess sort of makes the pun that I was making before completely irrelevant. Since you're doing this for Kenzie, instead of picking up prostitutes and whores and converting them to your pimp, what you're doing is you're picking up computer geeks to work for Kenzie, and you're stealing them from the Deckers, which are a gang of computer thieves. Which is kind of, in context of the whole fluidity of the game. So I kind of like that. Again, though, it sort of invalidates the whole Snatch play on words that Volition was obviously shooting for when they came up with this mission, but it's still just as much fun. I still look at them as horrors either way. Now notice how carefully I'm driving. I mean, I'm driving fast, but I'm driving well. Normally I don't care about the AI cars that I steal, but in this instance, I'm keeping the car in good shape because, it makes the mission easier. And you notice I shot the gang members and collected their money, and then now I'm getting the horse. And again, you don't really have to be so anal about keeping your car in good shape in an easy instance of this mission. But good habits never hurt to cultivate, right? Geez, I bet my grandfather in his entire life never even dreamed that I would be applying his sage wisdom and incredible advice to video games. But it is what it is. So I've got actually one more contact that I need. I don't think the game gives you any extra reward for bringing an extra person back. I don't know, maybe you get more money or something, but I never really pay attention. Now, even though I'm driving through stuff, with the exception of that little collision there, I'm driving pretty carefully, keeping the car in good shape, but it doesn't really matter because it's the end of the level. So, now we'll go, if this is over, we'll go to the meeting. Alright, so we're gonna head to level 2 of Snatch. Which in this case is gonna be in Burns Hill. I'll snag a bike and head there. I love the nitrous on all vehicles unlock in this game. It's just so convenient. Here's a little fun fact for you in case I didn't mention it in any of the escort mission video that I made. Nitrous is not available to you in this game on escort, even if you happen to have it unlocked for all vehicles. They take it away, which I guess makes sense. They're trying to make sure you can't get away from the news bands too easily. So they kind of yanked that feature out for the mission activity. I love the blurring effect. If I'm not mistaken, I think the first game that actually did that was Midnight Club 2. First game that I know of, anyway. That doesn't mean it's the first game that did it. It's the first game that I know of it. I'm sure I'll get 20 angry comments. That's if 20 people actually watch the video and call me. Alright, so we start out with a perfect vehicle. Away go. And this time we need 5 contacts. All of which we have to steal. Oops, so sorry, I mean snatch for Kenzie. Now, let's go get the geeky little inquisitive rat. So the first thing I gotta do is I've gotta destroy the... Well, I thought I had to destroy a target, but it disappeared off my screen. That's... Oh, there he is. But if the game's not insisting that I destroy him, I'm just gonna pick up the nerd. I'm gonna back up here so we can get in. And I'm gonna get out of the car and fight these idiot deckers.
Sure beats dancing.
I'm shooting at the car, at the decker by the car, but I tried my best not to hit the car. Now another trick, again, if you're having trouble getting your contacts, whether they're sluts or computer geeks, if you're having trouble getting them to get in the car, sometimes get out of the car. And I'm gonna, by the way, I'm gonna destroy this. This game seems to be glitching on me. I should have had to kill that guy before I picked up these two.
It's all taken care of.
But for some reason, I didn't. So now I managed to get 3 contacts at once. I don't know if that had anything to do with the fact that the game gave me that other target to kill. So anyway, the third geek is now getting into the car. And these deckers are trying to wreck my car a little bit, but whatever. Oh, so what I was saying before is to reiterate a tip that I gave you in the last Snatch video, and that is, if you're having trouble getting your targets, whether they're whores or computer nerds, to get into the car with you after you've whistled for them, what you could do is get out of the car and then get into the car. Sometimes you have to do this a couple of times, and of course it's no fun with gang shooting at you, especially when there's brutes and specialists around. But sometimes, if they're sitting there waving their hands in the air or pumping their fists and cheering you or whatever, instead of, getting in the car like they're supposed to, then just try getting out of the car and seeing if that resets them. Usually it does. Again, this game is very, very glitchy with regard to the way that your AI partners react to you, especially when you want them to do things like get in the car or follow you or what have you. Ooh, this contact is almost dead. Now, you notice I got out of the car and now he's getting in. So, yeah. As Tony Soprano might say, it is what it is. So now I'm going to look for the closest target. Actually, in this instance, it's the only target. So this game doesn't give you a whole lot of leeway
Kick ass.
with the amount of targets that are on the screen. So, what that means, by the way, is that if any of them die, you'd be SOL, which is an abbreviation of shit out of luck. So I'll head for the last targets now. Hopefully there's 2 of them, not 1. Because if there's only 1 and that 1 dies, then I can't... see, there's 2 of them. Okay, so if one of those happens to die, then I'm not going to fail the mission. Now, again, it's the end of the mission. We're close to it. I only need 1 more contact. So but I'm still getting out of the car for the sake of good habits. So I grabbed... Well, actually, I needed 1 contact, but I grabbed 2. And given the pristine condition of my car, I can't... And the fact that I just got to get 700 feet to the drop-off, I can't imagine it would be difficult to finish this activity. Even though I am crashing into everything in sight, super to get back to the drop-off. you ever notice that about this game, or sandbox games in general, is that it's all about rhythm? Sometimes you'll get into these amazing driving rhythms where you just can't do anything wrong. And you'll just be driving around, weaving around, making all these awesome moves that, like, you look like Mario Andretti in a sandbox game. There's the third hard instance of it. So you're driving around looking like Mario Andretti, and like you can't do anything wrong. And then another time you get in a car, now you have the same basic skills, and you're crashing into everything and anything. In fact, you've seen this on I believe an early part of this video or other videos that I've made where I'm driving amazing for long stretches, and then I'll go through periods where I'm just pretty much crashing into everything and anything. Actually pretty amazing when you really think about it. So anyway, we're heading to the other Snatch. You said the other Snatch. Alright, so we're heading to the other Snatch. And this, of course, is the hard instance, final instance. Now this is one where you got to be a lot more careful. You've got 6 contacts. You get a pretty good amount of time though, so I wouldn't worry too much about the time, unless the game starts giving you enemies you have to chase down, which I've seen it do, by the way, many times. But overall, this is pretty fair. And I feel like a broken record saying this, but this is yet another one of the many activities imported from Saints Row 1 and 2 that were made a lot easier in Saints Row 3rd. And if you don't believe me, go back and play either level 6 of Saints Row 2 Snatch or level 8 of the original Saints Row Snatch. Anyway, I'm gonna destroy. You gotta kill these gang members here before you can do anything when you get to this spot. Kind of the ones that with the red balloons over them. Otherwise, you can't even summon the hostages. That's kind of a new feature. By the way, I'm going in here to get rid of my crazy one level because that was just insane to those specialists. Get their attention.
Get me to safety.
I'm ready. Let's get moving.
Now, luckily, none of the gang members saw me whistle to those guys, or they'd be after me again. Looks like there's only a cop here. That's why the gang members aren't dead. They're abandoned. So I got 2 of 4 of the beaks. We're heading back to the drop zone.
I'm so fly, my guy, your bitch just keep harassing me. Your bitch a dog, she see my bone and she attacking me. You know your hoe, so why you pussy niggas mad?
Alright, so we're heading to the number 3 and 4, and it's kind of cool again that I'm starting out with 0 stars. But again, as soon as I summon the contacts, I get 4 stars immediately. And of course, they're taking their sweet time getting into the vehicle. But actually, no, I got in pretty quick. From the angle I was looking at it looked like it was. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of my 4 stars now. Unfriendly fire. And again, for the sake of whipping a dead horse, I highly recommend before doing these types of activities that give you high wanted levels that you make sure you own all the property. At least the ones in the areas you're going to be doing missions. Alright, with 5 minutes left, we just need 2 more contacts. Car's in pristine condition and no wanted level yet, but we'll have. Oops, I spoke too soon. I've got to now hunt down this car. Now the best thing to do is put on your cruise control like I just did, because then you don't have. Then you just have to steer and shoot. I'll get out of the car and I'll kill this idiot Deca.
They're not driving anywhere.
And then once he's done, I summon these two morons.
Good fight.
Wow. Really got hammered by I don't even know why. But I got enough health to get back in the charge. Charge. Now you notice I'm waiting. I'm not going to get out of the car until my health is charged up, if I do get out of the car. Yeah, get out of the car. I'm desperately trying to get these idiots into the car before this brute flamethrowers us. But I got him in the car, so the brute's not going to do too much of a concern. The car's in good enough shape where flamethrower's not going to hurt me too bad. So, even with a flat tire, I'm not going to stress it too much. I've got almost 4 minutes on the clock, and I've only got about 350 feet to go. So there's no need to even try to get rid of the gang level, unless we'll just drop these off these contact mission passed. Alright, so that was the walkthrough for Snatch. Hope you enjoyed watching, and as always, check out my band, Unbroken Chain. Check out my other Saints Row 2 videos posted and the ones coming soon. And of course,